Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. I wanted to shoot a couple of videos before it got dark out. So it's about 3:25. It's the 2nd of December, Monday, 41 degrees. And if you look, my batteries are charged. Isn't that a wonderful thing? And lastly, whilst I was poking around the garage, I found this thing that tells me the temperature in Fahrenheit and centigrade. And there we are. It's about 5 degrees Celsius outside. Let me turn this off. And that one says 42. So there we are. Alright folks, we'll take a look in the garage in a few minutes. I want to kind of catch the shed before it gets too much darker. Many of you out there know you Dizzy, right? We probably share many of the same subscribers. He builds cool mini bikes. That John Deere mini bike is a work of art. You know, a lot of you guys have talent. I mean, Pug building that one tractor there, really cool. The Ford Musty One building all those bikes up there. Those are cool. You know, and you Dizzy. He, particularly that John Deere, he did a really nice job on it. So, you know, those are the videos I really kind of like, the stuff where people build cool things. Fearless Front, he builds a lot of cool stuff. I like the builds. I like the builds. So I'm probably leaving folks out, and please excuse me for doing that. But those are just the ones that kind of come off to the top of my head right now. Anyway, as I turn around in circles, like Craig told me to be careful of there. Anyhow, in that box was this engine, and I kind of wanted to take it out for a couple of reasons. First of all, I was asked. Secondly, I kind of forget what I own sometimes and then end up buying it again. So this is the throttle. Obviously it's already been adjusted for that. I mean, recoil starter, choke, run, right. The exhaust has been removed for transit, and here it is. If you take a look at it, looks like a fairly low mileage engine. Excuse the really horrible camera work. So there you go. It looks like a low mileage engine. Here's the torque converter. I'm not sure what that's telling me. I think it's telling me I'm trying to read it upside down. But there you go. Comet. And it's got an official Comet belt on it. I'm doing a wonderful job with the camera work. Sorry about that, guys. Here you go. So it's got a Comet belt. It looks like it's low mileage too. It doesn't, if you look here and here as I'm feeling it, it's not cupped. They have a tendency to cup when they get a lot of miles on them. I'm also noticing, and I got to check my snowblower. I couldn't figure out what kind of engine was on it. I got to look at the valve cover and see if it says Briggs and Stratton. I don't know what year it is. Oh God. Normally, you could see numbers stamped on it somewhere and decode it, but I'm not seeing those right now. I'll have to dig through it a little more. So folks, there it is. 5.5 horsepower with a Comet on it. And I'm trying to remember what I paid for it. I think what happened with this engine, if I'm recalling properly, I was after a Comet Torque converter. So I typed in Comet Torque converter, right? Like anybody. Yeah, the sprocket in here feels good. Let me see if I can't show it to you. See, I mean, it looks pretty low mileage. Anyway, so I typed in, and this was an eBay deal, I typed in Comet Torque converter into eBay, into the search engine. And it came back, one of the items it showed me was this complete engine with the torque converter on it. And the asking price was low, but the shipping price was relatively high, if I recall. So nobody was bidding on it. So I think I managed to score the engine and torque converter. I think it was like 127. I think it was under 150 bucks. And I remember looking at it and looking over the whole thing, and it was strange because I think I put in a bid of 150 bucks. I'm trying to recall, and not that anybody could prove or disprove what I'm telling you as true or false, but if I recall, what I did with this one is I think I said to myself, I'm not dying for the torque converter. Obviously, I haven't done anything with it. I put in a bid on the engine. I think the shipping was 75, and I think I put in a maximum bid of 75. I think that's how it worked. And when the whole deal closed, or somehow like that, the total came up to under 150 bucks. Maybe I put in a maximum bid of 50 bucks, and the shipping was 80 something. It was some strange number like that. Yeah, I don't have that on the box anymore. So that's how I ended up with this thing. It was a steal of a deal. I'm kind of a lucky person, though I am far from rich. I do have enough financial turnover that if somebody walks up to me and offers me, a diamond in the rough, and it's cheap enough, I could kind of lay out the money to get it, and then resell it in the future, or hang on to it and resell something else, or it was for a while. A lot of my money, a lot of this stuff came from, I used to day trade stocks, and I was very good at it. And I don't know, for anybody out there who gambles, you kind of do it, and you know when it's working, and then you can tell when it's not working anymore. Well, luckily this time, and it hasn't always been the case, because I've lost money and had to hit home equity loans, and I've had my troubles, but this time I managed to get out on the right side of a trade instead of the wrong side of a trade. I managed to make some money, get it put aside, and stop trading. My only problem is I've beaten that down pretty good, and now I'm beginning to want to get back in, but I don't feel it. Back to you gamblers out there, if you can feel when it's going to work and when it's not going to work, just like, let's say you're playing AC Doocy, right, and you have a 2 and you have an ace, and it's a really big pot, right? I mean, the only way somebody's going to beat you, I think there's only one of the combo or 4 of the combos in the entire deck that can beat you for that, right, on AC Doocy. So what do you do when you get something like that? You bet the house, right? You bet what you could afford to bet, because you're going to win. And when I used to trade, I used to be able to feel that, but I just haven't been able to do it anymore. So obviously I got to stop expanding the hoard, because now it's coming out of regular funds instead of play funds, so to speak. All right, guys. This is going to take forever to upload. This is the camera that takes forever. Folks, live, love, and have a great time. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. Thanks to everybody who's joined me on my channel. If you haven't subscribed to You Dizzy, swing by there and give him a little bit of trouble. Also, Musty One, and the whole crew, Fearless Front. I mean, obviously, you guys, probably most of you already know Pug and 200 Cigarettes, but if you don't, swing by and and join up with them too, right? Pugs Army. There's a lot of other great channels out there, and I watch them all, but I just can't think of them right now. Sorry to anybody who I've left out, but anyway, folks, take care now. We'll catch you on the next episode.